Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to part 13 of the Conquering History Games Graduate Campaign, where we're going to, in this episode, I'm sure in today's stream, we're gonna hit the second Wietkrieg, which it already feels so weird that it hasn't started yet, and really, I think it's a problem for the Third Internationale. This is actually bad, because the United States of Greater Austria has been able to form, like Germany. Let's even see if they still are dealing with any negative stuff from Black Monday. I'd be extremely surprised if they were. Oh, there's some yellow socialism, so Social Democratic support is going down every day. That's actually good for them. No, yeah, they're ready to go. They are locked and loaded. The Ukrainian state has probably had quite a lot of time to... Oops, I said Ukraine in the first minute of the video, so there goes any monetization. And like Russia's been ready. I kind of wonder if Russia's going to trigger the war. It feels like it's been so long. I feel like at this point Russia triggers the war typically. The Chinese war is developing in an interesting way because the Qing government, even though they lost Beijing, it's probably because they've been focusing in the West and do seem to be pushing these people back. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see how this plays out. Indochina's definitely a goner, though. Let's be clear about that. Just this big, but this, though, the big red target of, oh boy, we're in trouble. Can I help Italy get Sardinia? I could send some forces, but they're going to have, like, at least 20 divisions here, and I'm pretty sure everybody in the Entente is in on it. Oh, no, it's only Sardinia, but... Oh, they're actually out of manpower, allegedly. Maybe it is time to send more help. I can't send material support, that's for sure. Okay, I can send up to 3 divisions now. I'll send the Mountain Division and a couple of others. Let's do like the Mountain Division, the Blue Spears, and the Proudest. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to send help.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I have anybody specifically naval invasion good. Just gonna try it with law. But, yeah, if they don't have any manpower left, if nothing else, we can go over there and just kill some more of the ones that exist and waken them. That would be great. Of course, personally, I think it's already a little bit too late to help out the Socialist Republic of Italy, because I think they need, I'm pretty darn sure you need to unite Italy before you can start getting some really nice buffs. Yeah, you see, making the new Italy, they're not getting access to any of this stuff. Because they haven't united the country yet. Which, like, you could then argue, oh, well, you know, they have stuff over here they could be working on too, like they're going to keep making their army better and stuff. In fact, it seems like they pretty much maxed out most of their army stuff. Ooh, they should do this, build them 3 divisions. But it's definitely more good to get this done. Because, like, let's say they went with syndicalist or orthodoxy, which is, I think, yeah, that's what Mussolini is. Conscription laws, trade laws, economy laws, and political advisor cost is all going to go down 35%. That's really nice. Of course, they're already on war economy and extensive conscription, which is not exactly ideal, but that's why they have, you know, 500,000 manpower in reserve at the moment. And if Sardinia's got 0, yeah. Definitely now it's as good a time as any to get in there. It's going to take 2 weeks for them to get there, though, and have I researched the... Okay, landing craft's going to be ready in 57 days. Dang, that's just going to be a little bit too short. So it's going to take time for us to prep the invasion, and the point is, like, we need to prep an invasion, do the invasion, defeat Sardinia, and the war needs to have not started yet. And I think people were saying that the new start is June 1940. Which, in a way, you can argue that's almost how the regular World War II started. If you're somebody who says it starts in 39, and then there was, you know, the false war until May. I mean, it's not quite the same, because then in May, they went up, the Nazis went up into Denmark and Norway. But kind of generally speaking, Social Democrats, but they joined the Reichspakt. What else do I need to say? What else can I possibly say? Oh, speaking of which, wait, what? Oh, the war just started in the east. Russia went after Azerbaijan. And I guess the Reichspakt came in to defend them. Oh, it's because they also went after Georgia. So then there goes Indochina. Dang, March 19th, a black day in the leftist history of this timeline. But wow, okay, Russia's God, I wish I could send material support, but like I just don't have anything. Yeah, look at that. You want 280 trains? Actually, genuinely, I'm gonna send them that. Why not? Send the trains. We need to send them something. I personally have never really had an issue with trains. I usually like just set like 3 factories to making trains, and I'm just fine. Austria is intervening. Yep. So okay, France. Everyone else. What are we doing here? Oh no, yeah, France came in. France came in. Oh my gosh, it actually started. It actually started. Yeah, they came in. Oh my goodness. We can't join this war, by the way. It would take us... Okay, so at minimum, let's say we finish this, which I am going to finish. This could be 19 days. And then 56 plus 56. So that's pretty much 2 months each. So it would take like a little bit under half a year if I immediately decided I want to go to war right now. To get involved. So let's see how the Third International is going to do. I'm so mixed. We'll see what the Entente does, and if the Entente interferes, and then we can, yeah. Oh man, Hedrick killer, ADR killer. Loving the graduation campaign. Looking forward to the coming era. Me too. It'll take some time, but there's a lot of writing I want to do. I've already done a lot of writing for the future. Okay, so the war in Western Europe for 2 decades. Germany and the Third International have been at peace. I'm drinking the water here. Despite their ideological opposition to each other, the horrors of the Great War weighed on all, and neither side was prepared to repeat them. Not everyone was convinced that this would last. Today, the skeptics were proven right. After years of rising revanchism and military expansion, the French government in Paris officially declared that it was no longer bound by the Treaty of Versailles and its proclaimed revolutionary war to reclaim its lost territory and liberate the German proletariat, with Berlin denouncing France as a rogue state in response. Already, French and German forces have traded fire along Alsace-Lorraine at the inauguration of the Second Great War in a generation to shake the continent of Europe. So, okay, it's official. It's official. And Germany's going, and Japan's going after the Dutch East Indies. So we're going to say Second WK starts quite suddenly. Marches, man. There's certain months of the year I always feel like more stuff happens. March, August, obviously December. But December's kind of a interesting one because it's like a lot of holidays. October's is a little dependent. I kind of feel like late October, early November, things get crowded. Oh, you're on number 6. Okay, see you later, Criticler. CHG, do you know about the 90s cartoon series called Avengers Penguins, which is about a trio of motorbike riding, crime-fighting penguins who fight against insane evil scientists by the name of Dr. Doom? No, I have not heard of that. That sounds extremely 90s, though. You know what's a 90s thing that I only learned about maybe a couple of months ago? Was Street Sharks. Oh my gosh, so 90s. Very positive masculinity. I liked it. Like your orca friend. Alright, one day until we can destroy some more longest terrorists here. Oh, Hemingway's here. Who's a member of our government now, I believe, so that's probably going to influence what I decide to do with him, but hold on, I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh boy, Eastern Seas War. Yeah, basically Japan is going for Germany. So I believe this is the final one in terms of the longest terrorists. This is the last click we have to make, and so then in a month we'll have the last click of that as well. Okay. What sounded like a simple proposition during the revolution, that of abolishing segregation, has run into numerous potholes. starting with the debate over whether union membership fees were inherently discriminatory towards black workers. Evidence on both sides appears inconclusive, and most of the unions that were rejected from the Continental Constitutional Convention have protested in favor of a maximum union membership fee. These protesters claim to be discriminated against based on their race by the openly anti-racist IWW. Then came the union congressmen from the newly liberated states who were protesting that forcing integration is a violation of their union rights to collectively bargain. Ultimately, the IWW have persevered in Congress and publicly shamed the new congressmen and protesters as reactionaries. We shall not give in to more racists in disguise. So you see, they're being, I mean, how subtle can you be though? But then came the union congressmen from the newly liberated states. So these aren't people in the steel mills. These aren't the hardened union members like even in Red Scare America. Their father and grandfathers were part of the union because they were like founders of the union. It's the newly liberated states. So they're talking about down here, they're talking about the AUS. We have to liberate that, the former confederacies. And then those unions sent people who were going, I mean, what about states' rights, basically, is what they're saying. It's like, whoa, I thought the union had power, and now you're telling the union what to do, but what it is that we're telling the union to do is that you need to have black members. So, you know, yeah, I like how this one is not an option. This government confuses me. Yeah, well, it's because it's like, it's not full-blown where the Communist Party is the only party, but the IWW is functionally now a wing of government. There's actually, I think, a chart somewhere. Let me try to look this up. Kaiserreich government paralysis. Wait, why did that autofill? Government paralysis. Oh, this is like a mini game. Oh, it's in reference to the German beating Black Monday stuff. I really like that, by the way. Okay, but no, we're looking for Kaiserreich CSA government organizational chart. Trying to find that because I'm sure people have made these things. Emphasize CSA considers themselves American. Okay, I found like somebody's fanfic. Is there not an organizational chart? You know what? Let's check the Kaiserreich wiki over here. Okay, so combined syndicates, political activities. No, this doesn't feel right. History and lore, nations of the world, North American countries. Okay, so I guess I would start United States. Oh, they have a paths wiki. That's neat. Civil War. Oh, somebody made like an American Civil War chart. Interesting. So I guess if you, in theory, just keep flipping. Yeah, about over 50% chance for the 5-way Civil War. Or excuse me, 4-way. Not counting if England shows up. Damn, I'm sorry. I can't seem to find it. Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess there isn't. I could have sworn. Maybe I'm thinking of like the Union of Britain. So now I'm just completely distracted by this. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, well, here, just to kind of help, let's take a look at what it is in Kaiserreich, because you know what, this is something that I've always said. You know, the information is typically typically in the game, right? So let's look at how the politics work. Wait, there was a Union of Britain influence map. How do Congress, the unions, and the states and president interact? Imagine a second American Revolutionary War, but all the founders are annoyed coal miners. Yeah. Annoyed is one way to put it. So, like, right here. This is the branch where you start to change the politics. Like, this is mostly an economic tree, but this is how you change the organizational principles of the country. So once we take Craft Union Committee, it's going to say reforming the capitalist system will be a Herculean task, and it can't merely be washed away with state quotas and economic plans. Congress will now begin assembling local representatives of craft unions in order to determine the best plan for economic growth while protecting professional workers from obsolescence. This leads to protect the working class. While the workers of America have long striven for a better economic system, the one truly designed, ran, formed by the people, they have been powerless to implement such a system. With our victory in the Civil War, we have ample time and opportunity to forever enshrine worker-friendly labor and safety regulations, as well as safeguards against unfair discrimination in the new America. Hey, Crowbar Z, good to see you. Cindy, Grease playthrough? I don't think so, because this is going to actually be my last one on this channel, so I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sorry. Okay, and then finally, when you come down here, it's like you have to choose between federalism or councilism, which I kind of feel like this is backwards, but like, let's take a look at the syndicalist here. Maintaining America's old bureaucracy is pointless. A compromise between the craft and industrial unions has been reached in the implementation of decentralized worker councils. These councils will allow states to exert autonomous power in how unions are organized. So, I think specifically the way it works in the Kaiserreich CSA America is that the concept is that whereas in the modern in the constitutional system that exists in our world for the United States, you have a Congress that is elected of representatives in like geographically speaking. So, like, for example, we were talking about New York City before, how, like, New York City, it's a single city that has several congressmen within it, because you have it's so densely populated that you have the different boroughs. So there's, like, the congressman from Queens, there's the congressman from Staten Island, and so on and so forth. These sub-neighborhoods of New York City, or even, like, a not particularly, like, not the biggest city in the country, although it doesn't have a professional sports team, I'm just saying. But, like, if you looked at El Paso has two congressmen, basically, because there's the congressman that represents most of El Paso, but once you go far enough east, you enter into a new congressional district, and that congressional district goes east quite a bit. And that's when we're talking about the federal districts, because, like, if you want to talk about state districts, the state district is actually all of that. So, like, the state district, I think, goes out to Van Horn and beyond. But we're talking about the federal districts because we're talking about the federal legislature here. So while that's how it works in the current Constitution, I feel that in the CSA one, they take on the that's what I need to look up, IWW organizational model. Here we go. Structure of the IWW. I'm looking it up. How nice. They have a website. Oh, it's archived. Is IWW dead now? Okay. No, this is an outline. I'm looking for the committees. But you know what? Here, I don't even need to pull that up. So it's basically that you have your most local level union. So you might be in a union of coal miners or you're an oil worker or whatever. And then it's of those professions that they will then elect representatives to the IWW. So it would kind of be like if, like how they're like if you live in Texas, you have two types of congressmen, or two types of like senators. You have your state senators that you send to Austin, Texas, and you vote for them, and you also vote for your federal legislature, your federal congressman who's going to go to Washington, D.C. The way I think that it works in the CSA is that you might live in Dallas or El Paso or San Antonio or Houston or wherever, but you're part of the I don't know, the taxi driver union, and or something, and so collectively you guys vote for representatives that you would send to the IWW, which for the sake of simplicity, let's say the IWW, your regional office of it is in Austin, right? I feel like it'd be in Houston, actually. So like, let's say it goes to Houston. So then the groups in Houston will then pick from amongst their number to send somebody to the big union Congress, which is like the new congressman. So that's why there's this term, union congressmen. So they're kind of like one and the same, like organizationally they were pushed together. Because remember, when the Civil War kicks off, there is a mass rejection of all the non-leftist parties. You know, when you remember, look at how the party popularity was. It's like everyone, it was basically decided everyone who's not on the left is an enemy. If you are not in the Farmer Labor Party, the Socialist Party, the IWW, the TUUL, like one of those organizations, you are now an enemy. You are now at a reactionary. And then like, even for the Farmer Labor Party, there's a little bit of side eye looking like, and we're keeping an eye on you. So I think that's how it works. But you see, this shows how like I don't play the CSA because I end up always playing the other ones. And anytime I try to play the CSA, you know, the save breaks or something or other happens. So I'm a little rusty on that. It's like the Histradut, the General Organizations of Workers in Israel. And yes, Guzman, I will play on the new channel, I promise that. Anyway, so we lost political power, but we gained some stability, so that's good. Now, yeah, let's check away the Hemingway thing. By the way, anybody here, anybody who is a Kaiserreich dev, if you're hearing me talk, even if it's later, like you're watching the video of the day, and you're just cringing into a different dimension and me being so wrong, please explain it in the chat or in the comments, because now I'm wondering too. Okay, so film montage, modernist writing, and the socialist spirit comes together in John Dos Passos' new book, USA. The story itself is an examination of 12 Americans who lived through the Depression and Revolution. Passos' writing combines snippets of newspapers, propaganda, and the conversations he recalls on the streets during the terrifying months before liberation. Such an unorthodox and creative writing is usually praised by the American Writers' Congress, but they've remained silent. This is due to the book's depiction of illegal killings that took place throughout America during the Civil War by our soldiers. Dos Passos has defended this inclusion, saying that the truth in art, as he shows it, must still exist, even if it is bleak. To the nominal leader of the Writers' Congress, Ernest Hemingway, the book amounted to treason and sedition against the socialist government. However, his decision to censor the book and detain Dos Passos was overruled by the Congress. Wait, he wanted to detain him? He wanted to arrest this guy? What? I forgot that part. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys vote on it. They got to keep clicking start Q&A. So start a poll. What to do about book that details war crimes of the CSA. Let's see here. Oh yeah, CSA. Oh, I didn't know I had 100 characters to work with. Hemingway does not. Okay, wait. Hemingway has detained author. So we're gonna say we can, yeah, it's calm Hemingway down. Calm Hemingway, it is fine. I mean, fine is maybe not the right word, but agree with Hemingway. Whoops. Censor book. Wonder how Hemingway would feel if it was his book that was being censored. He was the one being arrested, you know? Or if frickin'... And also, let's remember, Hemingway is actually not just a member of the Writers' Congress. He's in our government. He is an official advisor right now. So if, like, you know, something to consider. And, like, vote for whatever reason you want. Like, whatever you think is the better role play. I guess I should say what each one does. I don't even know. Like, but that's why I haven't really been reading the effects in a hurry. Because I feel like I want you guys to vote based on what do you think will happen. I'm a good enough player. I'm going to be fine with whatever the negative stuff comes. I'll do the other stuff good enough that it's not going to be an issue. He said while he is still 1.19 thousand units of heavy tanks in the hole. Don't worry, guys. It's only going to take me 2,534 more days, and we'll be able to use our tank divisions. It's going to work out. Okay, so, what is happening out there? How's this training going? Okay, we got one guy who's at the level trained. Some of these are still green. I really wish they would train faster, because that's part of what's slowing down our tank production is how long this is, you know, because we're also training them, which is hurting the, you know, it's wearing down equipment, because equipment gets worn down when you train with it. Geez, I remember first time I was ever shooting a 50 cal, you know, the NCOICs were like, you know, saying do it in these kinds of bursts, this kind of speed, because it's an air-cooled weapon. And of course people were shooting it too hard anyway, so, you know, even though they had the backup barrels to switch out, it still ended up slowing things down in the long term. And, you know, that happens over and over and over again, and so the equipment's going to get worn down. Okay. What are you mad about? Go sit in that chair. Or something. Alright, I think enough time has passed, and it seems pretty definitive. So we're going to calm Hemingway down. It is fine. Which increases our stability a little bit. If we had not, totalism would have increased, and we would have lost stability. So we'll calm Hemingway down. Who is more popular right now? Okay, no, it is still the syndicalist, because didn't we do something at some point that we got a 5% boost? So then only with this 2% boost here, Socialist Party is still in second place. Haiti joined the Entente, and great, my Marines just got to Lagura. So they're attempting to land directly in Calgary. I'm not so sure how good an idea that is. Oh man, and now it's saying law has to reassign because that weird. I forget. Whatever. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right into this mountain here, which, goodness gracious, I'm sure I'm gonna regret. But I feel like this is the least likely place for them to have people, or instead of their docks. But the idea here is we just need to, you know, just any sort of casualties we start inflicting on them at all is going to be good. Okay, they got between 44k and 100,000k, like about 100,000k-ish in the field. A few hundred people in their navy. Transamur making its move. Right here. CSA during wartime is union with guns. Yeah, but I'm talking about post-war, post-constitution. And actually, did we end up doing the workers' councils, or like the industrial unions actually for an organizational basis as well? I don't remember that. Girly CSA is a federation of trade unions with a series of... What was that? What was that? Did y'all hear that? Oh, all controlled core states of the commune are now for America. Great. Denmark joined the Reichsfach. That's to be expected. Wait, so the Dominican and the Haitians both joined the Entente. This is actually terrific, because now we can invade them both, and maybe we could somehow unify them. It's like, stop your fight. Of course, we're going to also, you know, intervene in Cuba like we did before. How long does it take? Taking 5 factories, 30 days, or I can take the other thing for 32. I don't know what I'm going to do about an intelligence department. I kind of want to take the focus for it, but I also feel like I should have done that already. Like it's all like in a way it's too late, actually. I'm talking about this focus right here, red magic. Apply the upgrade form department. Yeah, no matter the timeline, America will get involved in Latin America. 42 days when there's so much other good stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna create it. I like calling it magic though. It's some kind of magic. It's some kind of magic. Hotel Hispaniola. Yeah. Okay, cool. And we also just finished redoubling production. So, what was I gonna do? I think we were gonna try equality for all. I could start us down this path here. 4 months from now would be August. I feel like Elizabeth. I feel that. I mean, it's 6 months. It's like how there were the Lend-Lease programs and things before the U.S. officially entered World War II. I think Finland's in there too, of course. Ooh, Norway's pushing into Sweden. That's nice. Love to see that. I think it's time to become the good syndicalist soldier. Yeah, like what else? Friendship with, we could do friendship with Mexico. But they're already in the International. Oh, we'll get 100 political power off of this, which is pretty sweet. I think maybe aircraft is the next priority. Fifth Balkan War has begun. The powder keg blows up once more. So Serbia went socialist and is now declaring war on Austria. Yeah, the war is officially getting ugly now. I think Germany and everybody else is going to get called in here in a second. But let's, yeah. The second Wietkrieg, I think I say this a lot, but it's almost worse than our timeline. Like it could get, or in Europe it feels like it gets even worse. Just kind of like the greater Europe area. Like, yeah, I know this is technically like some of this is technically Asia, but just like, you know, the way the Scandinavian fighting can break out. It's just, but the thing that's different from World War II, although you could argue that World War II was basically, there was the Pacific War and the European War, and they were separate entities, even though, you know, there's more to it than that. But, like, there's a higher floor, I guess you can say, for the second Weltkrieg. I don't know how to say it. It's nasty. It's going to get ugly. We're officially at 91% tension. And you know what? I'm going to do something extremely controversial now, I think. 30 days we could be at war with Canada. I'm gonna, oh man, cause like I've been ready, even though I'm not ready. Even though the all of our stuff here is shit. Like we're so logistically in the hole, but it's not actually that bad. We're only 23 days away from getting all the infantry equipment we need. And actually, let's check here. Whoa, we have 236 civilian factories owned, or 203. Oh, okay, because we're getting the rest from trade. Well, that was the goal I had said, right? So I think it's now officially time to start building military factories in America. Time to rearm. But, you know, this is going to be controversial. And so now I'm going to start a very important poll. Does Elizabeth wanted to check. Yeah, it's with a U. Gurley Flynn justify war on Canada? Yes. 30 days to war, or no, no we will only join the Third International. I'm just gonna put the Third Int. It's hard to overtake World War II. The perfect storm, World War II could be worse than occur on every continent. Yeah, that's what exactly you put into words what I was stumbling about publicity. Because like when you get the Wietkrieg where you're running around in Central and South Africa, where you're running around in India, you're running around in oh my gosh, if Brazil and Argentina, which I think actually is going to happen. Oh yeah, oh it actually has already begun. Oh, this is going to be a bloodbath. By the way, I forgot to point out earlier, check out frickin' Super Peru here. The El Peru Grande. And like they've also puppeted Paraguay, so this is basically them too. So they're just this little thing here. Yeah. Okay, so people are voting. Wow, geez, the whole chat actually jumped in for this one. It seems. That it's like time to vote for war. To war. So yeah, everybody voted. Let's end it. And we're gonna do it. Elizabeth Gurley Flynn is going to justify a war goal on Canada. Canada, which at this moment is at war with the Socialist Republic of Italy via Sardinia. Corvarzy, you already asked me that, and I answered it. So we're gonna say she's gonna justify. She's gonna say we must save Quebec, which I don't think that which one we pick actually matters that much, but we must save Quebec from the perfidious Anglo. And so, like, what is that gonna do to her popularity at home? Remember, Flynn here, she has still not begun the economic changes. We are still dealing with, where is it? Economic devastation from the Civil War, which is hurting our factory production efficiency cap, and construction speed by 15% each. That is significant. And now she's justifying war. So we are going to see, indeed, what happens here. I think these guys are going to have to stop training. Do I want to give these guys some Army Corps? I think good old infantry specialist is going to work here. I should have done this a while ago for Wolf, I think. Yeah, he's just a good infantry guy. This, though, he was the one I wanted to give the artillery specialist. Oh, I already did that. Jacques is already advisor. Oh, it just makes him available. That's right. That's right. I get so confused sometimes with how these work. Yeah, so there we go. Milton Wolf, infantry specialist. So I can now select him here. Right. I got that mixed up. I should pick their preferred tactics, though. Forgot to do that. Okay, I already did elastic defense for him. Close that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This guy I'm going to be pushing with him later. Blitz or breakthrough? I think we were going to do... Yeah, I wanted breakthrough later. That's what I was waiting for, right. Okay. So then... For breakthrough, though, we don't get that until we get to Battle of Encirclement. So basically, I think we're going to do next step, good syndicalist soldier, and then European military schools, which will give us a double minus 50%, double 50% cost reduction, and it boosts everybody. So also this is, again, it's great role play because this is when we're gonna join the Third International. And immediately, you know, they're gonna have already been at war. They're gonna have experience. Plus, remember, they have experience from the First World War, which we don't. In this timeline, America didn't get involved in that. So they're gonna immediately come over and start sharing all the good news, all the things that they've learned. And so then by not taking, I'm gonna now not take anything using Army equipment. Please remind me to do that. If we should easily have 100 by the time we get there, and then it's going to be defeat in detail. A lot of a front of uniform strength is a front of uniform weakness, and any operation a focal point must be identified, and maximum force must be concentrated to win at that point. Fastest with the mostest, right? Or fastest with the mostest. And then here's the Battle of Encirclement. Encirclement, that is the total isolation of a target on the battlefield. The old adage, divide and conquer, strikes true here too. An enemy battalion might be as mighty and strong as they wish. When cut off from their supplies in high command, dealing with them becomes child's play. So that gives us breakthrough. It's going to give buffs to just a bunch of stuff, including our tanks. It's going to help with the recovery rate and organization. So boom, boom. And then, we'll take task forces at some point too, which is nice. It also increases the brigade size, which I don't think it's really going to be a thing, but it's cool. I guess it's a good thing to have. And then, desperate defense versus battle of annihilation, that's a late game problem. Remember, too, give me credit, it's still volunteer only. Nobody's going to have to join the bloodbath that doesn't want to. It's a strictly volunteer army. We're going to kick their ass, and you can just sit your ass at home. Kingdom of France has now declared war on the Commune of France. Shoot, though, we got to get some people down to Liberia. Okay, these ones who just finished training, including these Marines, we're gonna send them on down there. This is gonna have to be a new front. This is where my lack of field marshals is gonna start getting a little annoying. Didn't we get one field marshal? Don't we get Truscott? Wait, I don't see him. Did we pardon Truscott? No, we went for the you guys voted for arresting the leadership, but that included the generals, right? So okay, that's okay. We're not gonna panic. God, honestly, I kind of want to have this guy be the field marshal, even though he's not very good. Will I not use Edward Allen Carter Jr. at all yet? I usually do a good job of that. Ooh, propaganda moment. Okay. I'm thinking we can either have Benjamin or Edward Allen Carter. Like, one of them is the one that goes to Africa. Because it's like a morale thing. Like, we're going to send our African Americans to liberate Africa. And you know what? He's got to be the one we promote then. Wait, what do you mean unable to promote? Oh yeah, because we don't have any damn command power. So all of this is kind of pointless, isn't it? So we'll send, you know what? We're going to have him out there as a general at first, and then we'll later promote him to field marshal, because Benjamin Davies, I'll read his biography here, but then I'll also talk a little bit about him in real life. So he was born in Washington, D.C., to an Interior Department functionary father and a nurse mother. Benjamin O. Davis Sr. defied his parents' wishes and enlisted in the U.S. military upon the outbreak of the Spanish-American War. This guy is... What do you hear this guy's career? During the outbreak of the Spanish-American War in 1898, his first posting as a temporary first lieutenant in the segregated all-black 8th U.S. Volunteer Infantry, but he was unable to see combat during the war. Still, he re-enlisted as a private for the 9th Cavalry Regiment, joining the so-called Buffalo Soldiers. So I want to be clear here. So he was already a lieutenant. He had been an officer, and then he decided to go back in as a private. What officer have you ever met in your life would they say, "Oh yeah, I would if I left, I'd come back as a private and be fine with that because I just love it here." Bull freaking shit. So anyway, so he comes back as a private. Tutored by Charles Young, the only black U.S. military officer at the time, Davis was able to attend West Point and become a second lieutenant in the cavalry. He fought in the Philippine-American War in 1901 before returning home to teach military science and tactics at the traditionally black Wilberforce College in Ohio, a position he would assume multiple times in his career. He also had a stint in Liberia and the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. He was promoted colonel in the regular army in 1930, matching a feat his mentor Charles Young accomplished about a decade prior. The deteriorating political situation in America and harassment by AFP members in Alabama saw Davis quietly asked to return north to Wilberforce to resume his position as a professor there for a third time. Although not known to be a socialist, Davis was sympathetic to the egalitarian message of the SBA and was one of the few high-ranking American Army officers not openly hostile to Jack Reed. Disillusioned by the elections of 1936 and the outbreak of civil war, when Ohio's governor declared its loyalty to the Chicago government, Davis remained at his post as the National Guard commander. Recognizing his long experience and his influence among his former students, Davis quickly appeared on the short list before Jack Reed for potential generals of the new Continental Red Army. And one of the things he said, incidentally, while he was in Liberia was like, these guys are not ready. It's like it doesn't work. And in fact, the Liberian army should officially just be a part of the American army being supervised for us. But you know, before everything's always talking chats about Liberia offered him a position in their military. And he said no, because that would have been unconstitutional. I mean, you can't be in two armies. Yeah, the guy got around. Like, you know, he patrolled against Mexico, you know, stopping the raids that were going on to the revolution. Not all of them, obviously. Freaking... What the doggone heck was I talking about? I'm blanking out. Oh yeah, I'm very sorry, I was blanking out there for a second. So one of the interesting things that happened is that he had like a mandatory retirement date. You know, after a while, it's like, hey, you need to leave now. But I don't know the details of the situation, but basically, Davis here, he like did retire, but then was just then recalled immediately afterwards. So he was like officially retired, but he basically used the situation to get reassigned, and just became like the head of, like, you know, Roosevelt had formed this advisory committee about what to do about black troops and stuff like that, and he ended up doing his time in Europe. But I think, yeah, there can be nobody better to lead this force that's about to go down to Liberia. I think that much is clear. African American helps American Africans. Yeah. In short, you know, much quicker way. I always like how pithy you are, Child Race. You're much better at getting to the root of something than I am. Hold on, delete this. What is going on here?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Okay. So we'll try to do our part here to the south. And you know we gotta go in color. So I don't know if I can make it in. I guess that's like as dark as I can kind of get it. It's like technically sort of like a dark greenish. You try this. That's better. Yeah, just needed a different like root color. That'll work. That'll work, I think. Let's have it be. Yeah. Spade. I've been listening to some Motorhead lately, and like you always got to be doing Motorhead. Lemmy is God, but Motorhead's so good. Motorhead holds up, I feel. Trendsetter. Just heavy and speed. That's all you need. Just heavy and speed. At the end of the day, it's like we're just getting. Oh shoot! What happened? There must have been some sort of governmental change. Their color changed. So maybe they were allowed to do something without Sardinia? I guess if you just have the mainland, it's still enough? Well, good. But whatever that happened, I mean, it's probably a good thing, right? It's a map painting game. And the map color changed, but they're still on our side, so good. Good thing happened. Very good. Very good for us. Alright, so let me draw the strategic reliever boy. Oh, there it is! The second Risorgimento complete! Today, the chairman of the Socialist Republic of Italy, Benito Mussolini, announced that the second Risorgimento of Italy had finally been completed. Ever since the Civil War, we have dreamed of an Italy that is not only whole, but is truly free, which is definitely how Mussolini talked. He said to a cheering crowd in Rome, "Now the dream has become a reality. Italy has been released of its foreign masters, of its capitalist masters, of its kings and aristocrats. Now, for the first time, it truly belongs to the Italian people." Syndicalist forces have been busy spreading throughout the country, the parts of the country once dedicated to resisting syndicalist control, and it's unknown if the Socialist Republic of Italy will ever truly attain the stability the government has promised. Well done! Well done indeed. French exiles intervene in the Wietkrieg. Yeah, the Entente really doesn't give up. Don't worry, we're going to do something about that in a few days here. Where are these guys? Okay, make sure they're still in the interior. The Black Hawk. Oh, what's that? Chicago, right? That's Special Forces. That's Mobile Divisions. I don't know. I think some of these we're going to actually kind of keep in reserve here. Or, no. No, we got the Rune. Let's put them under... Let's put them under Butler. We need more people to be getting experience. You know, a lot of these guys, yeah, they're basically just all ones. I mean, who's the best one here? Merriman. But he's reckless. Reckless people, they sure do get on my nerves. Regrouping, because he's already an advisor. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. They joined the Third International. No, that they've been in it. I don't know, Alan, whatever. But I just want to get a couple more here near the Ottawa, kind of Montreal front. It's all about taking the Toronto to Quebec line. That's all there is, really, to defeating Canada. And then you technically got to get Vancouver, and sometimes you need to get Victoria. Okay, we can modify our government now, but first we need to destroy the Loyalist terrorists. So in 100 days, we'll be officially done with this terrorist nonsense. And then terrorists never existed again. We got to get our war support up. And you know what? When we go to war, it's going to get worse. We're still minus 28% from the combat casualties of the war, I guess. The Socialist Revolution, we have to continue it forward. See, I like that, though. I like how when the Social Revolution thing happens, you still are dealing with negatives. Because, yeah, the government is focusing on domestic policies, and so the people are as well, and they're like, we're not going to want to go to war while we still haven't figured this out, while we're still dealing with a crisis. Oh, cool! When did this happen? They're not totalists anymore, they're syndicalists. And they're not puppets. So I guess Union of Britain set them straight. I'm glad France seems to be holding on, which is nice to see. Yeah, it kind of said, ooh, actually this is a little weak, but that's technically not on the border. We seem to have plenty of people here at the front, though. Like, a stalemate is fine, is what I'm gonna say. Oh no, Verdun! Not Verdun! Okay, yeah, wow. I'll bleed them. Chile just joined the Third International. If France can just hold on, they don't need to push it to Germany and Spain. Obviously, I'm happy if they do, but if they can hold on, that would be big, 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 big. Be very pleased with that. There goes our forces off to Liberia. Mongolia's getting in the war. Okay. That's just annoying. Yeah, dealing with Transimir and Mongolia, it's just pulling divisions away. Divisions that are urgently needed in Europe. Education revolution. A notable professor out of Johns Hopkins University by the name of John Dewey has been appointed Secretary of Education. In Dewey's eyes, the purpose of education should not revolve around the acquisition of a predetermined set of skills, but rather the realization of one's full potential and the ability to use those skills for the greater good. Hold on a second. NEC is on, and it definitely doesn't need to be. What? Caesar? Ooh, legs are a little stiff, but I'm gonna go for a run later anyway. Dude, which how long have we been streaming? Well, I'm trying to think how my day is gonna play out. I'll tell you right now, if I end soon, I still will stream later. Promise. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe stream for another 20-ish minutes. Then I'm gonna get off because I want to get some exercise in. I wanted to do it this afternoon, but I'd rather just do it early and knock it out. Eat and be fueled up and yeah, ready to go. Make myself smoothie. Become such a smoothie guy. It's such a great lazy way to eat. I love milk, so you know, smoothie that shit. I got some bananas. I got it because I was right now when I was doing the thing with Caesar. I was looking at the bananas and went, those are about to turn into the smoothie. They go. So anyway, a notable professor out of Johns Hopkins University by the name of John Dewey has been appointed Secretary of Education. In Dewey's eyes, the purpose of education should not revolve around... Oh yeah, we already read this part. Greater good. In particular, he emphasizes that schooling must include hands-on learning, famously stating, "If knowledge comes from the impressions made upon us by natural objects, it is impossible to procure knowledge without the use of objects which impress the mind." Word. Dewey's detractors, notably the Catholic workers' movement, claim his policies are antagonistic to religious education. Ultimately, Elizabeth Gurley Flynn has decided to endorse Dewey's reforms towards a new generation, so more political power. But yeah, the Dorothy Day thing, yeah. Like, Catholicism isn't, like, doesn't have a centuries-old history of being a fount of knowledge. But yeah, the whole Galileo thing, that maybe not permanently, but for it ain't over yet, just drove that wedge of animosity between the church and science. But, you know, I would say look up a lot of famous scientists pre-20th century. It's like a who's who is this Catholic. What's the Anglicans in Britain? Damn them. Anyway, remember when I went to Dublin and I found out St. Patrick's Church was an Anglican church, which I guess makes sense, but I was just, what? Do we want to start mobilizing? I think an aircraft designer is a higher priority. I want to go in on fighters. We're just doing fighters. I'm not gonna like make bombers, I think, or if I do, very few. Just reliability's good. What gives me minus 15% with Pan American? Ryan Air though gives agility. Oh, agility is so good. Agility and air attack. We're gonna be spinning circles around the enemy fighters. That's probably gonna be Ryan Air. Wait, do these two just do the same thing? Oh, so this is if you grab North Carolina, this is if you grab Maryland. So, but they functionally do literally the same thing. Same thing. Oh yeah, and Lockheed's just worse. Oh, Lockheed is if you want to do heavy fighters, which heavy fighters, they do interest me, but we're not going to do that today. We'll just do regular fighters. But yeah, Ryan, Grumman. Yeah, Grumman, North American Aviation, and Ryan, all three of these manufacturers do the same thing. So it's just where in America you're grabbing them. So North Carolina, come on down. Also, didn't North Carolina not join the AFP in this run? So, like, they're not even reactionaries. Yeah. Which also reminds me that we are behind on the aircraft. Yeah, like, we could have definitely already started researching the Warhawk, but we haven't been at war, so it hasn't been a priority. Speaking of which, though, let's... We really should... I've just realized the mistake I made. I should have some time ago been putting out the fighters. Wait, where are the fighters? What the heck? Where is my Air Force? Hold on, wait. Must be forgetting something here. Trade, construction, production, recruit and deployment, logistics. Oh, we're actually missing fighters. We're short on them. Yeah, we're still filling up these wings here in the west. Get training you. That's all of our fighter groups, actually. If I wanted to add a new air wing, yeah, we only got carrier fighters. Okay. Still got Betsy Ross and Dog's Body, though. So, we're alright. I mean, not really. But it's going to be okay. It's going to work out, guys. It's going to work out. Victory is the ultimate measure of success. And when we start winning all these wars, you'll see. How much longer until this justification is done? 10 days. We are 10 days away from war, everybody. All right, the agency is ready. I don't think it's actually going to be worth it all putting it in there. We should start upgrading things, though, sooner rather than later. We'll start with an army department. Oh boy, oh boy. It's finally about to start. Great, the landing craft is done, which reminds me, can we just go ahead now and... Yeah, even though the war is just about... We're about to join the war anyway, these volunteers are about to come back. Let's see if we can land here in the meantime. The Reichspakt and Entente will cooperate. Definitely Elizabeth Gurley Flynn getting on the radio. After meeting in the conference in the Canadian city of Halifax, representatives from the Entente and Reichspakt have worked out a deal to cooperate in their war against the Third Internationale. The main terms of the deal involve both sides having military and naval access to the other, but more importantly, the German Empire has agreed that once the syndicalists have been beaten, they will take no territory in France or Great Britain, and thus allow both the French and British exiled governments a swift return to Europe. Sources at the Halifax conference say that the Germans elicited a host of promises from the Entente leaders, though it remains to be seen whether, once the war is done, should they prove victorious, either side ultimately intends to keep them. Pointless exercises will benefit no one. Yeah, isn't it like the idea that like, okay, France, you can get this shit back, but you got to renounce Alsace-Lorraine? Or, I mean, I think it depends. It depends on stuff. Bulgaria and Serbia are at war again. Must be a day that ends in Y. Yeah, it's getting ugly out there. It's getting freaking ugly. Can I, in fact, let me check in on the war. Which would this be, technically? Russian, Japanese? Like, it's all one war. Look at this. There's over 1 million deaths already. The war started in March. Who's getting the worst of it? Commune of France has lost almost 100,000. Russia's lost 300,000 plus soldiers. The war started 2 months ago. Yeah. It gets so ugly. Austria's lost over 100,000. Germany's lost 230,000. Not to mention all this China stuff. Oh yeah, the China war, where it's 300,000 plus each that they're losing. All that blood soaking into the ground. Okay, this is all cruiser stuff. Man, I really cannot emphasize enough how little I care about the Navy. Is it time to upgrade the fighters? I mean, it's hard to go wrong with artillery ever, but I feel like the fighters, we do need to get upgrading this thing. You know, we're going to do this because we're going to do the 1940 fighters, and we're probably just going to stick with those and spam them forever. I don't think we're going to need the 44 model, and we'll just, the Navy, not the Navy, the air experience that we do have, we're shooting up that agility. Agility. That's what I'm all about. With my fighters. How's it going out here? Not working. God, I always want to force attack, but it just costs so damn much. But we're just doing it again. We're just trying to keep wearing down their army. We've got a war goal now, and this is it. This is it, people. War with Canada. So this is going to be an interesting war with Canada because usually, gosh, it's been a long time since I've gone into war with an entente that has a united India. Usually it's like India is still at war right now, maybe, or Dominion's already been defeated. So like if you take Canada, you seriously cripple the entente. They basically become a non-entity. But in this timeline, I mean, France. Where are my forces that went to Africa? God, they're still deploying. Is Romania in the Russian sphere? No, they're part of the Belgrade Pact. It's just them and Serbia. They're actually national populists right now under Karol II, while Serbia is radical socialist. It's almost as if the flavor of some of the politics of these countries doesn't matter because there's much bigger issues. Like, you think Serbia, do you think it matters if Serbia is radical socialist or, you know, authoritarian democrat or something? They're all still saying remove Austria. The Wadi Empire exists. Is it cursed? Is it cursed? Would we go full cursed? It's just they just got to get let go. Okay. It is time. Declare war. I don't have allies to call in. I guess I'll click it. Well, I guess technically Liberia. And it is officially on. The Canadian-Italian War. Yeah, those are the main people. I guess that's technically, or I guess in a way, at the end of the day, this is Mussolini. This is all your fault no matter what timeline, Mussolini! Yeah, here we go. So the idea is, you know, just to push, but everywhere to spread the line. But the priority is taking, you know, this area. So we're going to have here this 4th Army, the Blackhawks, and the Red Acorns start making their way up. So we got a bunch of, these are a bunch of non-aggression pact offers. We're going to be in the 3rd International soon enough. Oh, meanwhile, Woody Guthrie goes on shore. This land is your land. Use my revolutionary mind. Tear the capitalists down. All you capitalists are about to lose. Very popular. We got a little political power there. Bucharest has fallen. Karol II has pledged to fight on, but the future of Romania is uncertain. Okay. And we're still dealing with the Federalists at home. I just want to throw that out there, point it out. Alright, Medley, you gotta move quick, move fast. Uh-oh. Okay, no, we're good here, we're good. Yeah, get to Toronto. Yes, we got over the river. I always forget what this river's called. Is it the Ontario River? I genuinely don't remember. Sorry if I offended any non-Ontarians.
Move out.
We got to take Quebec. We're doing it for them. Anyone has approved heavy cannon. This is going to be done soon. Reliability bonus. Let's see how the heavy tanks are doing. They're not doing anything, actually. Oh, and they cannot attack. Probably because they don't actually have tanks here. We've got 19 tanks here and some Colombian rifles. St. Lawrence, thank you.
Attention. Yes, sir.
The Lakers. And yet we're not near Minnesota. First World Science Fiction Convention. John Campbell, Isaac Asimov, Ray Bradbury. Fuck me, Ray Bradbury. He's the greatest sci-fi writer in history. I actually disagree with that statement, incidentally. But I'm a Heinlein guy. You know. Hold on a sec. Okay, so welcome to the world of tomorrow! Rise of women's-only unions. Elizabeth Gurley Flynn has settled the debate by decrying both women-only unions and systematic discrimination, arguing there are people to blame on both sides of discrimination. The revolutionary man and woman is equal. So Elizabeth Gurley Flynn, she's saying, no, we're not going to do women-only, we're not going to self-segregate. We're all dealing with problems. So, but that means the women need to be equal within the unions that are there. Now, women-only unions has, of course, been a thing. Even in the Kaiserreich world, that would have been a thing decades prior. But she's, yeah. So yeah, this is interesting. Like, this is kind of a misleading headline because it talks about the rise of women-only unions, but then there's like they're getting shut down. It's like the Women's Caucus gets canceled. You know, Vonnegut gang. Oh yeah, Vonnegut. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Did I finish my thought on that yesterday? That is the next books I want to get. Is some Kurt Vonnegut, because I read some more of him that I hadn't at some point last year, and I really wanted to get, because I was reading them at the library out of the Library of America the Library of America collection, and I found a copy of like a cheap one. So I think maybe later today I'm gonna do that. But like Vonnegut is pretty interesting. Like he has one I constantly am recommending to people called Mother Night, and the concept is that it's a book that's in the form of a memoir, where it's a guy who is in prison and he's about to be executed for being a Nazi leader during World War II. But his argument is that he was, because he's an American, who defected to Nazi Germany. Is he says he's writing his memoir saying the reason that I'm here is because I was working for the American government from the inside, so I'm actually a patriot. And so it's just him, giving his life story, trying to explain it. Actually, saying it out loud, I just realized The Sympathizer is totally ripping that off. Which, I mean, they're both spy thriller. There's conventions in spy things, so ripping off is an aggressive term. I shouldn't have used that. But that's how The Sympathizer is too. It's the guy saying, I'm a spy, I didn't really defect. But anyway, there is and I'm obviously not going to say it for spoiler reasons, but there is a certain twist in Mother Night that I remember I was sitting in a crowded library reading it, and I literally gasped aloud, just, just, oh my goodness. Just the hammer blow came down. So love Mother Night, and the rest of the book's good too. It's not just for that twist, but yeah. So I think I've read enough Vonnegut now that I'm like, I want a collection that I can go through, because I definitely like to. Oh yeah, we can close this now. So thank you for the political power, getting us to a nice clean 100. I think we're gonna exhort heroism, because I mean, let's just also look at what has now happened. Because we've gone to war, that's boom, minus 20 stability. We're at minus 8% now, because we're dealing with the Socialist Revolution, and we still have resistance from the Federalists and the Longists. And our war support is crap, which also brings down it. So, like, this is causing the other to get bad. So, our war support is currently being affected by combat casualties, so it's every week going to go down 0.19. And that's cool, by the way, Daniel Basie, you finished Cat's Cradle. Nice. Yeah, so we're losing war support from the Socialist Revolution, the two resistances, and we're at war. And because of that, yeah, the daily political power gain multiplier is bad, and also with the stability. So we need to get our war support and our stability up. And right now, war support equals stability, basically. So we could utilize. We have a nice clean 100. I think we're going to actually utilize the film industry instead of exhorting heroism, at least for right now. Only in battle are heroes forged. So we'll stay here. The American film industry has developed significantly in the last decade. With a population starved for entertainment, we stand to benefit from a cinematic production designed to stir patriotic sentiment. By the way, I don't remember if I've said this, but I have an intention. I'm going to attempt to get us to 100% stability over the course of this. Remember when we talked about the war goals, the goals of this campaign at the beginning? I said Germany's got to be in the Third Internationale, Russia's got to be in the Third Internationale, and then Russia ended up doing it on its own, which was pretty sweet. But like, basically major centers of the world, like, I don't think we're going to directly get in conflict with Japan, or at least it wouldn't be for a long time, but if need be, I'll probably start it, which my lack of navy will then make very difficult. But I want to see if I can create 100% stability America, because like, I just think that would be really cool as like a specific challenge when you consider that, you're at like negative 94, 97, and like it's just because you have any party popularity at all that's like keeping you from hitting a negative 100. So to go like from one extreme all the way to the other in Kaiserreich, which is so renowned for being difficult to get your stability up, I think that could be a pretty cool goal to close out on, especially as a CSA. CSA don't make it easy. So, after all that babbling, we're going to use the domestic film industry because it's going to more than double our war support. Practically triples it. It's just flat good, so you know, the exhorting heroism we'll just have to do later. Domestic film. Yeah, and then that's going to have a cooldown for a while. Venezuela's getting in on the West Indies? What? So Venezuela, I don't think has joined any pact. Yeah, it doesn't have a faction, but now they're at war with the West Indies, which means they're at war with the Entente. Ottawa or bust. Oh, we're going to hit Ottawa and be busting because we knocked out the Canadians. Oh, man. Words I should not have said out loud, I feel. Yeah, I mean, Ottawa's wide open right now. Here comes the Lincoln Division. Speed! Oh, you see, now that we're actually getting in battles, it's bad. But no, we're winning elsewhere, even if we're not winning at the specific line. It's because, like, these areas, I think, have fortified as well. No, they're not. Isn't that a decision they can take? Yeah, you see, West Indies Confederation has called the Dominion of Canada as our enemy in the Venezuela aggression for Barama. So in comes France, India, Haiti, Southern Rhodesia, the Kingdom of Spain, the Australasian Confederation, Portugal, Sardinia, and the Dominican. All those people are now at war with Venezuela. She bust on my Ottawa till I capitulate. You know, it's nice what... You know what? Never mind. I was about to start saying some wildly inappropriate shit. Anyway, let's not think about sex. Let's think about violence! Okay, we're not even pushing to Vancouver for some reason. Gotta take Vancouver. They're gonna make me do it. And then maybe Victoria as well. Nice little encirclement here. Happy with that. Southwest of Toronto. It's only a couple of divisions, but hey, every bit counts. Now, the thing that I'm worried about is the naval invasions to come from, because we are now at war with Haiti, the Dominican, and the West Indies. So something's going to come in here, and that's where these soldiers are going to be crucial. The ones that we've got training up, they're basically, I'm using them as flex. And I'm going to actually stop building divisions now, even though I'm not even halfway at my max, but because we need supply. Damn it, Benjamin got sick out here. The campaign hasn't even started, dude. Oh, we're actually not at war with France? No, yes, we are. It's that Liberia isn't. Oh, I kind of want to don't call them in, but I feel that's sort of cheating. So... yeah, the Second Wietkrieg is officially the Canadian-Italian War, or... world tension, justified war goal. La lutte Pinel, village of vaincre shelled by Germany and then the Second Wietkrieg. Entente Navy is scary. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be able to beat it even if I tried from the beginning. So, like, we have to win this war on land. And are we winning it in the air? Definitely not. Okay, we got another pocket here of another couple of divisions, so that's good. Ooh, come on, this is cavalry. Push them aside. Oh, apparently I can't. Sherbrooke is open! Oh, gosh, they pushed into Maine. America's not going to like that. By the way, it's an election year. Do you think all of these things are going to work out for Flynn? Head north, head north, head north. I really need to not be on 5 speed. Damn it, they broke through here, but freaking how? What happened? Plug this up in Montreal. Damn it, that was actually really bad. Come on, get to Quebec. Get to Quebec. Getting to Quebec is so much. Oh my gosh, it's everything. We just, man, we gotta get these. Where's that military factories? Let's get those up there, please. And cool, we're still doing the other stuff. Northern Maine, only thing there. They're Flynnish. Definitely would be on a poster somewhere. Canada is Flynnished now. There would be girl power spelled G-U-R-L.
Pushing them back, sir.
The Bavarian Division. Ooh, Southern Germans. It's so Flinover. So fly over. Because fly over would create confusion, yeah. No, it's over for them. They're gonna be say Albertover. It's so Albertover. It's so Albover. Albert, more like Albover. I don't know. I'm just saying things. What is the manpower, fielded manpower difference? Oh, geez. How can we... This is not helpful. They got between 144 and 411 divisions, so they absolutely have more divisions than me no matter what. That's just a fact. You're all over the place today, you know?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm hungry, though, is what I am. So, you know, it's already been more than the 20 minutes I said. So we're actually going to stop here. Sorry, the cliffhanger, because I know we're pushing, but there's also a lot of red bubbles, so we're kind of doing position play before the grind. And then, you know, we have to fear where is that naval invasion going to come from, because it's probably almost certainly going to happen. And the fact is, I just don't have the divisions to defend the whole coastline. Like, I guess what I could do... Ooh, you know what I could do? I could... Damn, it's going to take so much microing. But I was going to say, I could do... This is the most efficient way to defend your coast, at least in my years of experience, is you just have to literally create a fallback line in every single one of these areas. Actually, there is an easier way to do it, to assign the divisions. So, you could... What you do is... Here, delete everything. Delete all orders.
Yes, sir.
So what you do, but this is not really going to work. If the attack comes, it's going to be on the East Coast, I'm pretty sure. So what you do is you click, where's the occupy button? Area defense. And so you click all of this. We're going to click everything that touches the coastline. But this isn't really efficient at all, as you're going to see. It's just sort of like if you're lazy. So, but it's also, it kind of depends on what you consider to be effective or not. So like, let's say we're going to cover the entire East Coast. Let's make sure we're covering New York City. And so, you know, we don't have 172 divisions. So what you do is you say, I don't need you to guard supply hubs. That already puts us down to 100. You don't need to guard forts, which we don't have. You don't need to guard air bases. You don't need to guard the general coastline. I just want you to guard specifically naval bases and the victory points. And again, this is not efficient because Atlanta, Raleigh, those aren't at the coast. But so there we go. We're going to say you do that, and that's going to at least, though, get them in position, and it's going to make it easier to micro them. So then what you do is you then need to micro fallback line. Like, you then delete the area defense order, and you instead make it fallback lines on each of them so that they'll entrench. And even with just one division in each area, it at least can create a stalling moment that'll let you, you know, gives you time to figure out the plan. So, you know, there's a... Like, let's say, oh, man, they're attacking Charleston. I've only got one division there, and they're attacking with 5 Marines. I'm going to lose. Okay, fine, going to lose, but at least that division in Charleston is going to buy you time to, you know, move. You know, there's naval bases around Charleston. Maybe you can get in there, get ready to surround them. Okay, if they're going to take Charleston, can we maybe reinforce it in time? If not, can we close, the, you know, at least bottle up the pocket ASAP? So we're going to see what happens. Oh, gosh, what a mess. There's like Marines and Army mixed in. It's because they're all training. Yeah, it's like Fort Sill, home of the artillery, Marines train there. Have them sit there unassigned. Yeah, but I like to just make the fallback lines just to, in case anything gets weird. But also it's like if I need to have them duck over, like over here where things are crowded, you know, have a fallback line in Baltimore. They took Washington, you attack into Washington, take it, and then you don't need to remind yourself to move them back. The computer will just do it for you. So a lot of it is like, how much automation do you need? How much do you trust yourself to remember things? Because there's 100 things going on all the time in this game, you know? Oh my goodness, are they pushing south of the Pyrenees? Dang, if they got out of the Pyrenees, things could get spicy. Looks like Germany has slightly invaded, though. Romania and Serbia, it's just so over. It's so freaking over. Okay, so I'm going to stop it here. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. I'll see you guys probably later today. I'd be very surprised if I don't show up later today. If I don't, it's because something obviously very important happened. But I'll be back afternoon Mountain Time. So you all have yourselves a wonderful morning. Bye-bye.